Hello everyone, this is Chris with Back to Basic Lands. I'm here to discuss the Plains of Ixalan. Here we have the 4 new plains made specifically for the Ixalan set, and I want to look at them, talk about a couple things. Right now I have them shown in card print order. You can see at the bottom left there, 260, 261, 262, and 263. So this is the order that they were kind of put together in, but I want to go at them in kind of a different order. So kind of what my favorites are. I think to start off, let's start with the Titus Lutner land. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, man. If I'm not, please let me know. So probably my favorite thing about this plains is the fact that it's part of a cycle, and that cycle is with our little buddy right there, Jace. Kind of this whole cycle that Titus did focuses around Jace kind of wandering around the plane as he's stuck there. It'll be really cool to see how the lore breaks down with that, but this art is just so good. The clear clouds, the clear white clouds in the background, the dark stormy cards in the foreground, and one thing I will say about this entire cycle of lands that Titus did is that the shadows in them are they create so much depth, which I really appreciate. And I just really like it. Let's see, do I have something on the card there? Is that, yes I do. So that cleared it off a little bit. I had a little eyelash or something there. But the colors here are really cool. I like how the brushstrokes are visible, but don't take away from the detail of, say, Jace or something like that. So there's Plains number 261 from Ixalan by Titus Lutner. My second favorite is this one right here. And this is by Minyum. The reason I like this one is because of the super clear, the super visible brushstrokes that really lend themselves to a small form like a card. I think this really feels like a plane, and it fits the land type really well. Just rolling hills with there are some trees in there, but it's more like a crop of trees than an actual forest. And I just think the colors bode really well with what a lot of the creature artists are doing with Ixalan as far as the brightly colored dinosaurs and things like that. So I think that this land is just really good. And this is card 263 out of 279, and that's by Minyum. Up next is this guy right here by Christine Choi. This one I was really interested in. I personally think this has more of an island feel than a plains, aside from the coloring, but to each their own. Amazing art, great shadow work. The stones are really, really cool. And I guess this does give some nice contrast to say something like this. So let's say that you're playing Orzhov deck, per se. You don't necessarily want the super bright green plains in your deck. You might want something if you want your flavor to fit really well with something like this. So it has its place. Not my favorite, but still really good. And last but not least, we have another bright guy. So I'm not going to lie. I was out of Magic for a long time. I stopped playing around Lorwyn, and then I just came back in Amonkhet. So, the way this card reads to me, just personally, obviously YouTube will give me a hard time. The way this card reads personally is a little bit similar to Lorwyn, but that's just me. I think it's the way the colors played out. It reminds me of some of the Kithkin cards. But that also may be just because some of my favorite art from Lorwyn is made by this person, Raoul Vital. That I'm just recently starting focusing on artists specifically. But aside from just the way I perceive Ixalan based on the flavor and cards I played with, I don't understand the kind of irrigation and landscaping of this card as it pertains to the plane, but really great art. Cool. And this card is number 262 of 279 by Raoul Vital. Overall, great art in this set. I do really appreciate that they went from a really dark set with Hour of Devastation to then go into things like these two cards where it's super big, super bright. Just for comparison, I do have a couple of Hour of Devastation lands here. So give me 1 second, just to give some comparison as far as planes go. So, like, we have a full art from Hour of Devastation right here. Super dark, kind of like what I was talking about in the Christine Chen land from Ixalan. This is really great art, but it's super dark. So the contrast there you can really see. And then this guy right here, so we go from death, destruction, and decay, even on a plains card, to super big and bright blue skies and bright green plains in Ixalan. I like the juxtaposition. I'm not a standard player, but that must be kind of fun to see across your deck as well. All right, well, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you again soon. This is Back to Basic Lands.